Do you think that this theory of explaining the Grand Canyon should be presented for people to think about, since their theories don't work? Should this one also be also be presented on the website and at the park?
I mean, I think you can look into how the Grand Canyon formed and everything and present it publicly. But when you start saying, well, it proves the Earth is
Well,
600
okay,
years
right.
old or whatever,
Okay.
I think that's a little bit different.
So if I hear you right, you would agree that multiple theories, including this one, should be presented at the park and on the
Well,
website.
if you can present it in a way that doesn't say that doesn't totally go against other fields of science.
Well, we don't have to say we don't have to say how old the Earth is. We can just say two huge lakes drained to make this.
Sure, if you can prove those lakes were there and they really did that, yeah, teach it all you want.
Well, they've got theories there that they can't prove. You know,
Okay.
they got four theories that don't work because they can't prove them. Could this theory be presented alongside of them?
I mean, you can teach it at church all you want to, I guess.
So you just want one theory to be taught instead of two, even
Well,
though that theory doesn't
can,
work.
if you can get some really good evidence together for why the Earth is young and how all
This
these
has nothing to
geological
do.
formations.
This has nothing to do with the age of the Earth. This is
Well,
just
I mean,
yeah.
the whole argument about Grand Canyon is kind of about the age of the Earth.
Well, they're claiming that it's millions of years old, and I'm saying that it's not. Okay, they've got one theory that they're teaching as dogma, so people just memorize and conform. I'm saying there should be two theories so people could think. Would you support an opportunity for people to think, or would you rather them just see one and memorize?
Well, I don't think anyone should just memorize things. I think you should go out and look for evidence yourself.
Okay, yeah.
But
well, to think you
same
need to see
time,
you get
there's a
to
critical
think
line.
you're going to need to see two issues, two ways of looking at it. Could this one be
Sure.
presented? Would you want this one to be presented so people could see this perspective?
Well, like I said, if you can get some really conclusive evidence that that lake
It doesn't
did
matter.
that, then yeah, start teaching.
They don't have conclusive evidence for the four theories right now. This one has very compelling
Well, I can
evidence.
say that I don't have great evidence that the Grand Canyon was carved by a magic unicorn that wears the party hat all the time, but I could teach that.
But you know,
one more question, Brian.
Okay. So if I hear you right, you don't want a theory that can explain the Great Denudation. It can explain why the layers are. We can explain the funnel. It can explain why it's carved into the hard basement rock and a myriad of other features at Grand Canyon. You're opposed to that theory being presented along next to four other theories that don't work. Is that accurate?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.